Hello and welcome back. My name is Paul, and in today's demonstration I'm going to cover fallback listener options, which allows you to configure agent sessions with numerous listener fallbacks in case the primary didn't work out. So let me go over the setup we have right now. We have 3 listeners up and running and available to us. 2 of them being direct, one being HTTPS, the other being DNS over TLS. I know for a fact one of them will not work, and the one that will not work is DNS over TLS. Let me go into this real quick. I currently do not have the DNS infrastructure up and running, so any attempt of utilizing this configuration will result in the agent not calling back. On the strategy, we have a new entry which defines or declares how it should behave upon the first few requests to the team server, where it sends back the metadata of the current system or session. There we can configure how many attempts it should try and other small configurations, max attempts until it increases the delay and the delay configuration itself. With this being said, we can enable, disable this, but for now I have configured it to try it only once. After the first attempt has failed, it will basically prematurely exit if no fallbacks have been configured. This is something that would normally occur. So let me go over to the HTTPS one. We have an HTTPS configuration, same configuration applies this as well, but we can ignore this. I will know for a fact it will work. With this being said, HTTPS will work, DNS over TLS will not work. With this in mind, let's go over to the agent panel, actions, payload builder, and there we have a new feature, a new option, where we can select or add a new fallback. Let me go to DNS over TLS as our primary listener. There we can add a new fallback listener. We can add up to 3 fallback listeners. This is right now the max of fallbacks we can add. So in total, the binary would then contain 4 listeners, 4 listener configurations. With this being said, let me delete one of these. I only have 3 listeners up and running, so it will be useless basically. But the last one we can use SMB in case we have another session on the network that we can bind or like connect to it in case all of the egress listeners have failed. With this being configured, the first attempt will try over DNS, the second one will over HTTPS, which I know it will function, and the last one will be over SMB. Let us configure this real quick. Share folder, save. Let me start up this session. So this session is up and running now. So might take a second. It will try first to connect over DNS, but will fail. So we just have to wait until it chooses HTTPS. Might take some time. See? Now you can see it also says that it goes over HTTPS. On the listener, also about session, we can see that all of these 3 extensions have been registered to the agent, but it utilizes currently the HTTPS one. We check again. Listener name, listener type, all over HTTP. With this being said, this has been a feature requested by a few of our customers, and it's now available to choose. With this being said, thanks a lot for joining us, and happy hacking.